most of these students are from neighboring African countries like Mauritania and Senegal and so on. Meknes is a small city, and the students have difficulty in finding accommodation there. So a lot of them, they have to just share accommodation sometimes in neighboring townships. And this is creating problems for them by way of transportation and also crowding together. And altogether, it's not a very convenient way to accommodate students. Lucky enough, next door to the university, right on the right next to the university campus, there is a piece of land, and that land is a Waqaf. Okay. And this Waqaf is under the trusteeship or the Nazir of the government, the Ministry of Awqaf. Now the university has for a long time been pleading with the ministry with the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Awqaf, we need some student accommodation. And finally, they visited us in IDB. I was in the Islamic Development Bank at the time, and we have a special fund for developing Awqaf properties. So they presented the concept, that we have this piece of land, we need to develop it, we need student accommodation. So the need was very well defined, what they really wanted. And we knew the student body and how many need to be housed in that dormitory. So we engaged one of the consultants to prepare us a feasibility study to see how the project will be developed and to draw us some conceptual design of the project, which they're in front of you, and also to see the costing of the project, how much it's all going to cost. Well, the study was very feasible, and because this is a Waqf land, the Ministry of Awqaf cannot just let us have it for nothing, and they'll have to lease it out. So we have to lease this piece of land from the ministry so that we can develop on it the project and operate the project. So the most convenient and most efficient way of doing it for this particular project, and by the way, there are no two projects that are alike. We found that the best way to do it is by what is called BOT, Build, Operate and Transfer. Build, Operate and Transfer is a mode of financing where you engage the private sector. They come into the project, they bring in their own financing, they bring in their own expertise, their own management, and they operate the project for a number of years. So after it was all done, we have to, the return of the project will have to come from the money or the rental that the students will have to pay. So based on the number of students, it was estimated that the student will have to pay, I don't know, I don't remember, X number of dirhams, the local currency there. So we presented the case to both the university and to the Ministry of Awqaf. We told them, okay, we will rent this. We agreed on the rent for 30 years so that we can have, during this period, any financing that is put can be recovered together with what we call reasonable profits. So when we discussed the rates with the university and the Ministry of Awqaf, both objected. They said, no, this is too much. The students cannot afford this kind of money. Okay? They cannot afford this level of rent. So you'll have to bring the rents down. So our developer says, if I bring the rents down, then the project will not be feasible for me to proceed with it. Mind you, the private sector, when they enter a project, they don't consider the social aspects of it. They want returns. So we went back and we told them this project at this, if we bring it down, it will not be feasible for us to continue with the project. So they said, okay, what we will do, we will allow you to put on the project, like a cafeteria which will earn you money, a bookshop, tennis courts, and other facilities, and you may even put a petrol station, so that that will complement the income. We did the sums again, and we found that still it is too high. The rental came down, but not enough. So once again, we need the project, and she said, okay, what we'll do, we will reduce the rent for you, and we expand the period from 25 years to 30 years. Do the sums again. So we did the sum, and alhamdulillah, it was agreed, with them. So we had. Then we called for tenders, and we had a company from Malaysia, called Kauthar. Kauthar came, they looked at the project, and they said, yeah, this is fine, we will do it. So what we have done here, you can see there is a road, on one side is for male students, on the other side is for female students, and there is a road that divides the two. The project was developed, and the operator, who is the developer, Kauthar company, they have previous experience in such projects. In Malaysia, they've done one, and they've done one in Thailand, I believe, and in other places. And this is their specialty. They do student accommodation. The project was completed only about 2 years ago, because it took a while. It was developed in stages. Projects like this, they do take long period. You build them in stages. You finish one stage, you put first the females, and then then you continue and so on. So this is one case study that was done in Africa, North Africa, mind you. It's been quite a successful model. But that shows how negotiations take place in between Awqaf and the private sector. Anytime you are developing a project, there is a lot of give and take. In order to bring it to fruition, you don't just walk away and you say, okay, I can't do it. This is not feasible. There are always rooms for negotiation. And the students, what they will do, they will pay their fee, they will pay the rent to the university. So this is a collection agent for the project, and the university then hands over the rent amount. So the student doesn't, when the student comes to enroll, they ask him, do you want accommodation or not? He says yes. They say, okay, if you want accommodation, then your fees will be like this. So they collect that portion, they give it to the bank, and we then do our sums, and we can then pay the developer and pay our financing. And this is how the project was developed. This is a very simple explanation of what really happened. To complete this project, or even to finish the negotiations on that project, took about a year. More than a year, matter of fact, to complete the feasibility study and to redo it and do it again, and to renegotiate the terms with both the university, and because it's also the university is a stakeholder in here, the students are stakeholders, AwqAF are stakeholders, the community is a stakeholder, and as a Waqf you have to play a very balancing act between all these stakeholders and their needs. Okay? So this is one case study for developing projects in cooperation with the private sector. If there are any questions, I'll take them later. Okay? All right? Alhamdulillah. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hisham, for that enlightening talk. In fact, that model is very applicable in the South African context as we speak right now, right? I'm a school principal, and I know the challenges many of our students face when they want to go to university. Many of my own students from Durban end up studying at universities out of town. And the demands even on many of the indigenous people of this country for student accommodation at universities is a huge challenge for the country. And this is a wonderful opportunity for us as a community to make a big impact for the broader community in South Africa. So thank you very much for sharing that with us. It gives me great pleasure now to welcome to the podium our next speaker. And I did say that this session has a very international flair to it. So tighten your seatbelts, and I'm going right down now from the Middle East, Bahrain, and we're going all the way down to Singapore and Malaysia, inshallah. And we're going to welcome Dr. Shamsia Abdul Karim, who holds a doctorate in Islamic finance, area of expertise and experience. Include Zakah, Waqf, Islamic inheritance, and Baytul Mal. Dr. Shamsia served as the ex-director of Islamic Religious Affairs of Singapore in the Zakah and Waqf department. She is currently an advisor to ISRA, the Central Bank of Malaysia. She's also currently advisor to a private philanthropy, the Al-Bukhari Group, and is involved particularly in education and hospitals and poverty alleviation. It gives me great pleasure to call on the stage Dr. Shamsia Abdul Karim, who has approximately 20 minutes to address us, inshallah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Since Mr. Chairman, you have given me 20 minutes, I'm going to play cheat a bit on the presentation. What I'm going to do is that we have assembled a very interesting video from Singapore about Waqf. So I'm not going to talk about the model of projects which we actually covered in our group yesterday, a bit on Ijara and Sukuk Musyarakah. It's going to be very dry, so I'm going to let you enjoy this morning a video that was assembled in Singapore on how we actually wanted the Singapore community to understand about Waqf, our promotion, and what we are doing to alleviate poverty, and especially this is on our initiative to get Waqf Ilmu, which is the Waqf for education. So I hope you enjoy the video. Thank you. The lights to be dim a bit.
Alhamdulillahillazi ahyana. Nama saya Faiz dan umur saya 12 tahun. Saya tinggal di Juruis bersama keluarga saya. Setiap hari, saya bangun pada pukul 5 pagi untuk bersiap sedia. Ibu bawa epok-epok, jemput-jemput dan kuih keria untuk jual di pasar. Selepas ayah meninggal 3 tahun lalu, Faiz bantu mak setiap pagi dan tolong jaga adik-adik. Allahu Akbar. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi. Ustaz kata Faiz sekarang ketua keluarga. Guru-guru Faiz selalu berikan perangsang agar cekal dan bersyukur dengan pemberian Allah. Sekolah saya jauh, perjalanan 1,5 jam setiap hari. Faiz suka sekolah, mengaji Al-Quran, matematik, sains dan belajar perkara-perkara baru. Hari ini keputusan PSLE akan diumumkan. Dulu ayah selalu pesan supaya rajin belajar.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, the results are in, and this year is our most improved results. Alhamdulillah.
Saya harap keputusan saya baik, jadi bolehlah saya bantu keluarga di masa depan.
Tanya, pesan awak semalam Faiz, awak telah menunjukkan peningkatan yang baik. Kenapa Faiz?
Saya gembira dengan keputusan saya. Tapi saya sedih kerana keluarga saya tidak dapat bersama saya hari ini. Ibu perlu bekerja dan ayah sudah tiada lagi.
Jangan bersedih Faiz. Saya pasti arwah ayah awak tetap berbangga. Walaupun ibu awak tidak ada di sini, namun kita sebagai keluarga dan berkongsi kebahagiaan awak hari ini.
Ya Rabbi, kupohon agar roh ayahku dicucuri rahmatmu, agar beliau bahagia di sisimu, bahagia ditemani Rasulullah SAW dan para mukmin. Amin.
Waqaf is a form of permanent and continuous charity. This Sadaqah Jariyah is an Islamic endowment dedicated by a Muslim in the form of cash or property. Its purpose must be pious, religious, or charitable. Once the asset is dedicated as a Waqaf, the ownership is transferred to Allah, allowing perpetual use for charity. It has been the cornerstone of the Islamic economic system for centuries. Its main purpose is for the development and welfare of the community. Cash or properties are forms of assets that can be donated as Waqaf. Based on the religious principles and the spirit of Fardul Kifaya, funds are generally used to aid the poor and needy in education, for mosques and madrasas, as well as for healthcare, lodging, and burial expenses. The first man in Singapore to create Waqaf through his will was the late Syed Omar Ali Al-Junaid, a famous merchant. He donated land for religious use and created Waqaf Omar Mosque of Kampung Melaka. He was also responsible for the commissioning of Madrasa Al-Junaid, a leading Islamic religious school in Southeast Asia. Another contributor was Syed Muhammad bin Ahmad Al-Sagaf, who set up Waqaf SMA Al-Sagaf as stated in his will dated 4th June 1904. The fund contributes greatly towards maintaining the Haja Fatima Mosque, Madrasa Al-Sagaf Al-Arabia, and many other charities. Waqaf Haja Dain Tahira Dain Kadali is another Waqaf, which is a major contributor to general charity. These and other Waqaf have been aiding Muslims in Singapore and other parts of the world for over 100 years. There are currently 101 Waqaf in Singapore, 68 of which are MUIS managed. Our current Waqaf asset value is estimated at $500 million. Under Section 58 of the AmLA, Administration of Muslim Law Act, all Waqaf are vested under MUIS, and all Waqaf administration in MUIS is ISO certified. Adhering to the Waqif's will, wealth from the generated income is dispersed to various organizations and those who are named beneficiaries. Millions have been dispersed here, as well as in foreign countries, such as Hadramaut, India, and the holy cities of Mecca and Medina. MUIS also has a duty to develop Waqaf estates to their full potential. With better yields, the Waqaf is able to have a higher distributable income. Waris was set up as the real estate investment arm of MUIS to manage and develop Waqaf assets. To date, it has developed 90% of all Waqaf. Its largest project is the Waqaf Bencoolen Mosque with its unique financing structure, using Sukuk Musharaka or Islamic bonds. Waqaf embodies Islamic philanthropy and charity, for one to increase his good deeds of thawab and investments for the good of his hereafter.
قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا مات ابن آدم انقطع عمله إلا من ثلاث: صدقة جارية أو علم ينتفع به أو ولد صالح يدعو له. رواه مسلم.
For MUIS, it is a means to enhance the social religious well-being of the Singapore Muslim community. Waqaf benefits Muslims from all walks of life. It offers financial assistance to the poor and the needy. It provides life for those who seek. It empowers the young with education. It is hope.
Thank you very much. Nice, the lights, please. Okay, that's my 15 minutes up. The video is 10 minutes, so I've got another 8 minutes. So that's basically a promotion we did for the cash wakaf on trying to, you know, because Islamic education in Singapore is not funded by the government. It has to be funded by donations, and it has been a very I would say very tireless effort to increase donation and to, you know, at the same time the students has to continuously ask for donation, which is not really, you know, the way to go. So we have created the Waqaf Ilmu. I think part of the investment that we have done for this Waqaf Ilmu, which is in cash, entirely in cash, because we have people donating through online, through gyro form, to many other forms. So what we do with the funds is that we have been using the fund management in terms of asset allocation for those particular funds. So what we did was we put in sukuk, which gave quite a certain set of return, and then we buy properties. So we bought properties for that particular investment. So it created new assets, and you know, and this generation of income we will put into the madrasah. There's 6 full-time madrasah in Singapore. So that's what we do with, you know, helping the madrasah education. And then there are, if you look at the disbursement, because this was created by the older philanthropists, you know, from Hadramaut, where they came to Singapore and set up their wakaf. So it's already set in their disbursement. That's why you see we have disbursement all the way to Mecca, Medina. We have disbursement in Hadramaut, where there's a Sana'a mosque there, and there's Anur mosque in Tarim that we help. And we have also mosque in Indonesia that was created. So it is very global, it's very international. If you look at the way it has been disbursed, these are the beauty of the wakaf that I see, that you know, philanthropists can create somewhere in Singapore, and the income all the way to Hadramaut. I got WhatsApp like almost every day from Hadrami, the Hadrami asking for, you know, some of the funds, whether this year we are getting more returns, and so on and so forth. So it's interesting to see that we can reach out to many people in the in other parts of the world. How come I got 9 minutes more? Is it? Okay, just 3 points that I will, that we did for our most of the properties in Singapore, the transformation, the levels of change, and the recreating concept. The one that I showed in the video was the recreating concept, because you need to, this is where AwqafSA is doing a lot to create new wakaf. We had, you know, traditionally been given the wakaf from the old philanthropists. So if you look at some of the properties, these are properties I've shared with, you know, below the properties is Waqaf Qasim. Oh, sorry, what did I do? It is a mixed development. What we did was we used internal funding. We did internal funding, and it used to be a dilapidated, you know, mosque, and then you look at the transformation of income from $1,320 a year, and it gives us now more than $500,000 a year. So it can actually finance the mosque construction of about 5 million, and it finance the service apartment. We generate income to finance most of the development. And if you look at below, if anybody has been to Singapore, it is in the middle of the town, the Beach Road commercial property. We bought it. This is where we acquired through acquisition. So acquire a building. There was the group was thinking, instead of building up, you just acquire a building and then you refurbish and rent it out. So that's another way to increase your portfolio of assets. But what we did was this when we bought this property, the beach road property especially, it is a combination of different assets located in a very not so good rental yield. So we bring it, we sell it actually. We sell it for 99 years, and we exchange with better assets. So in Waqaf we have done that. While traditionally people will always see that Waqaf you can't sell it, you can't just make it because it is very people has bequeathed that property and so on. But we thinking that for sustainability, for perpetuity, you need to have changes. Because anything that doesn't change will die. You don't change, you die. Now in this world, with technology, you don't get new education, you don't know how to operate computers and so on, you die. So that's what happened to Waqaf. You need to constantly innovate, you need to constantly change, you need to constantly find new ways of creating, of making the yield better. So that's what I want to address because people will say that especially on the religious side. And they say that you can't do this, but because we have to look at the social implication as well. There are properties that is very important where it serves the Muslim community. So these are strategic properties that although it doesn't give a lot of income, we have to look at the social angle as well, so that we do not disintegrate the society. So there are other religious social implications that we have to look at it. So even the madrasa, we actually before this, even the madrasa we actually transfer the madrasa because it needs a lot of money to develop the new madrasa. So we put the madrasa in a lesser because madrasa doesn't actually yield any income. So you don't have to be in a strategic location. So we swap the land so that the increase in income of the land we use to develop the madrasa. So that's what we do, so that the madrasa can continue to exist and continue to have the best facilities, continue to have good buildings. So this is what we did. There's a lot of dilapidated properties in Singapore, and that's been done. You control it, is it? Okay. So that's the transformation. I can just quickly. So the levels of change, we must have good governance. If you look at just now, I mentioned about having ISO, standards and so on. So I think any Waqaf authority or any Waqaf administrator, you should strive for all these governance, all these standards, and try to improve on processes and systems and getting the best technology to reach out to to the community, to reach out for marketing, publicity and so on. I think we are in, like Justin Trudeau mentioned, we are in 2017. So technology is the way to go. So you can reach out to in Singapore, in US, in anywhere in the world, not only in South Africa. So that's I think I skipped this because this has been I skipped this. Yeah. Can I maybe I'll skip this. Can I just I'll take control?
Yeah, carry on.
Okay. So it's a pro-development policies, urban renewal policy, all this, we go for like green building and handicap friendly and all those. So progressive fatwa thinking, very, very important. Waqaf is an ijtihadi law, so it should not have many restrictions in terms of developing it. So this is one of the, I mentioned one of the Bencoolen, Somerset Bencoolen, where we did a sukuk musyarakah, where we actually did a joint venture agreement with the particular entity, and we did an ijara contract with Escort International. If you know Escort, it manages a lot of service department. This is where I mentioned the swimming pool and so on. I mean, we went through a lot. We went through Monetary Authority of Singapore to even change some of the tax issues because they say that in a bond we can get tax exemption for under the QDS, Qualified Debt Security. But if you say it is profit, then it will be a different tax issue. So we have to negotiate all this with the authority to ensure that it is competitive. So it's a lot of breaking through many areas, but I think where you want it to happen, inshallah, it will show the way. So these are some of the regulatory functions that we did, where we do not manage the waqaf. The trustee manage. We have to appoint. We have to administer the trustee. So these are the regulatory functions that we do. So it's very important that these are in place so that people have confidence in putting the money, putting the trust in that particular organization or the administrator of waqaf to manage it as best as possible. So if you look at disbursement of income, the accounts are audited, it's transparent. You can just go to MUIS, Google it, and the accounts are there. You can see the properties, you can see the. So it has to be transparent. It has to be fully governed in terms of its accounts, its audited accounts. Of course, we will get a lot of sometimes complaint and so on, but it's the complaint that we should receive, and we should improve on it. So that's and the other thing is that you sometimes you may not have the expertise to do everything, so you have to appoint professionals. So in this case, we set up our own property company subsidiary, so that it's been it can be managed professionally. So like for investment, you need to have fund managers to manage. You cannot manage in-house. You outsource. You outsource to the best. For us, actually, my department was. If you look at the waqaf department, there's only 3 people, maybe 2 only actually. The rest are outsourced. So we outsource the IT. But the video, I actually go down and select the talent. For the boy, he's a good actor. Most of them are our staff. Some are the cleaners. They were very excited to be in the video. So okay, I think time's up, right? Yeah. Inshallah. Thank you. 5 more minutes. You're very generous this morning. So it's efficiency, effectiveness, and flexibility. So MUIS has to focus on what it does best, which is regulatory. So you need to give to the professionals to manage many of this stuff. So the recreating concept is the one I mentioned on just now, the cash waqaf, and one of it is the mosque building fund. This is also interesting because we do salary deduction every month. Every month a salary deduction from all the employees, Muslim employees in Singapore. Even foreign employees. So we have about 220,000 Muslim employees. Every month salary is deducted, and we receive about almost a million a month. 1 million Sing dollar a month. So we can actually build a mosque. The fund is for mosque and for madrasah. So we can build a mosque in 1.5 years. for that particular fund. In fact, with the inflation rising, we were thinking of actually getting financing to do the mosque now, because it makes sense. If we put in the bank, or for short term, we won't get any income, because interest is there's no Sharia compliant banks in Singapore, so it's a bit difficult. So money is left idle. So if we get this is something that we were thinking, if we get financing now, and we finance through the cash flow, because every month we will get 1 million. So that 1 million can pay to the bank, and then we get the mosque earlier, because prices keep on increasing, land prices keep on increasing. So that's what we were thinking, just start building the mosque, because our cash flow is good. So you need, if you don't, you can even peg against your cash flow. That's how the bank see it. And if they see that our cash flow are healthy, they can extend, because a million a month, and I think they are quite confident in that. And because of that, we will have over 76 mosques in Singapore. Alhamdulillah, it comes from the community. The government doesn't give a single cent. We have to tender for the land, because there will be church, there will be other religious body who will tender for the land. So Singapore, we have to tender for the land, unlike in Malaysia, where the government actually fund for all the mosques. So we have to survive. So the community actually contribute through their monthly salary deduction. So that's the 23 mosques, which is the new mosque, but we have about 76 mosques. Some are Waqaf mosques. Some are Waqaf mosques, and you have very zen kind look of mosque in Singapore. You will see that sometimes you think it's a shopping mall, but it's actually a mosque. Because we got conflict in identity a bit, because we come from different diaspora, and Malay, Chinese. For me, my mother is Chinese actually, so I have that Chinese look. Okay. So I think that's about it that I want to share. That there's, the message is that there's so many ways out there that you can do. It's just that you have to have that commitment to do it. The sky is the limit. Inshallah, Allah is is there to help for anybody who is ikhlas to do Waqaf. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Jazakallah, thank you very much, Dr. Shamsia. If you're looking for a place to transfer that 1 million Singapore dollars every month, we can engage with you, inshallah. We flew from Bahrain to Singapore. I'm bringing you back home now. Not only to South Africa, but back to our lovely Durban. And it's my pleasure to call on Brother Kari Lokat to talk to us about the Lokat Waqaf. Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's very difficult to put the presentation on, inshallah. I got time with me also. Okay, if you're doing that. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا وحبيبنا ونبينا ومولانا محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for all his blessings and bounties upon us. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to convey our salams and show the choice of blessing of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his family and companions. I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for making it possible for all of us to meet over here in this AwqafSA Africa program. Meeting people from different parts of the world is again a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And for me, thank Allah for giving me the opportunity to be here and do a presentation of the Haji and Waqaf, coming from the name A.M. Waqaf, which means a Waqaf that was set up by our family, my grandparents in 1933. So alhamdulillah, the Waqaf now is about 84 years old, alhamdulillah. I hope you can take my present. Is it okay?
Yeah, almost.
Okay. Maybe a minute or two, I think. I think you have it already. Can you put it on, please?
Yeah, what's in
Okay. The way I'm doing the presentation, inshallah, is to give you first a background of my grandparents, which then led for them to establish the Waqaf, and then the vision of the Waqaf. And then I'll go into the sustainability inshallah of the Waqaf and some of the projects that we've done over time. I mentioned later where my grandfather mentioned to my grandmother, I thank Allah. So يُرَيْنْ شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. My grandfather was born in Kotor in India. His uncle brought him down to Durban, South Africa at the age of 10, put him into school. After a few years, those days he didn't have much schooling. He worked for his uncle. And at the age of 19, he told his uncle, look, can I open my own shop? And his uncle then helped him to open his shop in Free Street in the center of Durban, and he called it the House of Lockhart. He had no money, so he was taking goods from his uncle and selling in his shop. Thereafter, I think in 1910, the Union of South Africa came about. There was a lot of discrimination against the Indian community, the Muslim community. So they went through a certain amount of hardship. And my grandparents living upstairs, the shop downstairs, went through a bit of a hard time in the early 1900s, just after he opened his shop. And my father mentioned to us that one night my grandfather couldn't sleep. He was bouncing up and down. So she got up and said, what is wrong? You seem very restless. And our people tell you those days, they never should tell the women folk any of their problems. So he said, look, don't worry, everything is fine, you go and sleep. In the morning, she took her jewelry, including the meher that she had received, and she put it in a handkerchief and put it in the jacket. That time you have the the long jacket. So he asked, what is this? She said, no, it's my gold jewelry, my meher and so on. If it will help you to solve your problems, please take it. So he turned around and said, sorry, I can't take it. There was some discussion. Finally he accepted and reported that was the end of that chapter. He never came back with the jewelry thereafter. He never spoke about it. She never asked about it. Almost a year later, he came home one day and he brought some jewelry. And he then presented it to my granny and said, look, this is something in replacement for what you helped me with a year ago. She then asked, are you seeing profit? Are you seeing some benefit in the business? So he said, I thank Allah. That's all he said. I see this is not working. Okay. Okay. Alhamdulillah, that was a test in life. As time went on, things started improving, and Allah has ways of testing you. Allah also has ways of also blessing you. 2 years later, to the Malik family who were out in escort, they assisted him to get a facility to import. That was a very big breakthrough in the early days, to have facility to import goods. And amongst the things that one of the first challenges he had when he wanted to import, he wanted to join the Sugar Association at the time, which was run by the White Cartel. And they said, sorry, we can't accept you. So he then imported a whole ship of sugar from Mauritius. And when about selling, when the ship docked, the Sugar Cartel Association looked for him and found that he was in Port Elizabeth. And said, you wouldn't mind joining the association now? He said, I'm quite happy meeting people and saying to people individually. So these were challenges he had. What he then did was he created 2 companies, and he moved the 2 companies into this property here in Commercial Road in Durban, which is now the heart of Durban. We now have a shopping center over there, talk of development. So that was demolished years later, and now there's a shopping center which belongs to the Waqaf. This property here was a business of my grandparents. Over there you see, of course, many years later, after my grandfather passed away, to the city council. But the backdrop, you can see the building over there. Beacon Street, when you are first saying, starting of Beacon Street, my grandfather, before even establishing the Waqaf, these people right next door to him, they didn't have money to pay for wages, they didn't have money to buy sugar. My grandfather used to then help. It's a Jewish family, Zolman family. We still have good friendship with them. They cannot forget what my grandfather did. They used to come through to him, we need money to pay for wages, we need to buy sugar. He used to lend them money, no issue of interest or anything, just to say, look, if I can help my neighbor, whichever way I can. So these were my neighbors. Coming to my grandmother, Aisha Lockhart, everybody knew her at that time as Hajima. They said that whenever people came to tour, she never turned people away. She was a very, very generous person. And what she did was, we moved to the Maywood area, which is not far from the city of Durban. She used to do feeding schemes. In this old madrasa in Cape Town, today it has the largest informal settlement in South Africa. At that time it was an Indian community, a Muslim community over there. So this madrasa, she used to do feeding schemes as a thanks and appreciation to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And as Allah blessed them in the business, she was the one that told my grandfather, the lady told my grandfather, we should establish a charitable trust. He then made some inquiries, and that's how he then formed the Haji Lockhart Waqaf in 1933. So my grandfather, A.M. Lockhart, was inspired by his wife, Aisha Lockhart, to establish the Waqaf in 1933. The Daily News apparently reported in 1953 that my grandmother, who had at that time 150,000 rand received from my grandfather's estate, she put it into a separate charitable trust for charity purposes, and then it was merged with the Haji Lockhart Waqaf. So she was the kind of person that wanted to give to the community and do charity work. So she was the real instrument behind establishing the Waqaf. The first trustees, my grandfather, his 2 brothers, my uncle, and my grandmother was only 14 years old when my grandfather passed away, and became trustee at the age of 21. The original trustee stated that funding must be used to help people in South Africa, in India, and Makkah and Medina, because at that time there was a lot of need. Distribution of the income, 1/8 would be 12.5% for in Durban for madrasas and the poor. 1/8 is 12.5% for India, and 25% for Makkah and Medina.
In 1964, the South African law put pressure that they wanted to tax the Waqaf unless we change the trust deed for it to be only for South Africa. So the trust deed was changed, and all funding and income is to be used in South Africa. And the new regulations that most of the income, 50% of the income should be retained so that you can buy assets, buy property. But because of the tax laws, we have to distribute at least 75% of our income. What my grandfather did was, after establishing the Waqaf, he donated his business property to the Waqaf and became a tenant of the Waqaf. So from his business he could generate income, so the Waqaf could use that for his charitable work. So he became a tenant of his own property. As time went on, in the 60s, put up the Waqaf building in 81, Waqaf Centrum, where the original wholesale business was, and later in 1990, another shopping center also in the city of Durban. You got shops downstairs, and on top we running the Al-Azhar School of Durban. Among the different contributions, and the time is running out. In the early days, why I make reference to this FOSA, there's a residential area called Parlock, and near Parlock is called Newlands. My recorded that my grandfather gave land, 25 acres of land, to this organization for people that had TB. And the family knew nothing about this contribution until some years later, when they were going through documents, they found that he had an agreement in place where he had given this land to FOSA to use on condition that should FOSA close down at any time, the land must then come to the Waqaf. FOSA is still running until today. The trust has been involved in Masajids. The first masjid my grandfather started in 1942, but he didn't see the opening of this masjid in 1942, and the masjid was officially opened in 1943. Next to the masjid, in 1947, the major school was built, and for those that know the history of our Muslim community, Indian community, the government told us, you build the schools, we provide education. That's why we had state-aided schools, and we had state-aided Indian schools. So the Waqaf built a media school, and if you look at this graph, they started with 500 some kids initially, and there were so many children that couldn't go to school. So they started running a morning school, a platoon school, where they had to Zohar, another school starting in the afternoon, just to try to accommodate children for them to get education. So the trust has played a very important in looking at masajid, also in education. Another school that is still running till today, Southwest Madrasa School. The trust was instrumental in giving a big contribution over here to the Southwest Madrasa School. The Anjuman School is still running in the heart of Durban. This school here in 1953, the documents are available where it says that when you're trying to establish a school, the Department of Education did not want to allow Islamic education as part of the school curriculum. And knowing the relationship that the Waqaf Trust and family had with the government, with the department, the trust then wrote to the department to say we are making a contribution for the school on condition that Islamic education will be part of the curriculum. And on the basis of that, they allowed Anjuman School to be an integrated school. You can see donations over here. Then you got the Ordinary Islamic School in 1950. I gave vision for the business people, but the local family with the largest donors today is one of the leading Islamic schools in Durban. Among the current projects, you got the Islamic Education Organization, where we focus on madrasa education. We do teacher training for madrasa teachers. We have syllabus and textbooks. I'll talk about this now. You got the Christian Girls High School, which we built with some funding also coming from the Islamic Development Bank. The Al-Azhar School of Durban is a joint venture with the Al-Azhar University, Al-Azhar the Sharif in Cairo. Some of the various projects, people want, I can give you information later on what we are doing. Coming to the Islamic Education Organization,
some history. In the early days, our community needed masjids and madrasas. So the Waqaf and the family used to give a lot of contribution throughout the country. In fact, it became a norm that if you want to start an Islamic project, a masjid or madrasa, go to the Waqafs in Durban. If they put the stamp in the book, then only other people will give, because of the business contact that they had. If the family gave 10,000, others will give 5,000, others will give less. If the family gave less, others will give less. Okay, so I've got a minute left. The different projects that we have, contributions that have been made. The first Islamic school in Durban started on premises Zafar, the principal of the school, now it's College. The first girls' high school, which still running till today, started by the Waqaf. The Al-Azhar school joint project was the Al-Azhar, the first in our region. We had a need in African community, the disadvantaged community because of apartheid. So the trust got involved in building 25 schools during the apartheid era for the African community, which are now all run by government. So the whole photographs about the different schools. We give to at that time Durban was an Indian university, so we made contributions. We've got a welfare division. The future development, we got land here next to this masjid, and there are some squatters over there. Actually, we gave some of that land to the city council, and until the end of to the council 2 years ago, where some of the shacks were burnt down. It was during the month of Ramadan. We put these people up in our school next door. We provided meals and facilities. And the city council, they wanted for a few years, and then they would move the people out. They didn't move them out. The mayor has changed. The premier of our region has changed. We then took the city council to court. Alhamdulillah, last month the court gave in our favor. They must return the land and pay some compensation, whether we beat it or not. But sometimes you try to help, and then it doesn't work in your favor. So we want to do some development there. Hopefully, once the land is given back to us. IDB also did research, I think, in 2004, and they said that Waqaf is one of the income-generating Waqaf in South Africa, alhamdulillah. This thing, Neil Armstrong mentioned, and I'm sure that we all know that one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. So start small, and inshallah later on it will benefit to one and all. Jazakumullah. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much, Kariloka, for this very inspiring talk. I'll ask Harun to just present a certificate of appreciation to you.
I know that this beautiful school, Al-Falah, was, I didn't know that it was started off by the Waqaf. So that's really impressive. But I know Zafar is very modest, but he wouldn't tell you. Last year, Al-Falah College was rated the best school in South Africa in terms of results. Close to the Waqaf. Alhamdulillah, that just tells us the seed that was planted, the one step, made a giant contribution to South Africa. May Allah bless you and your families. Jazakallah.
Jazakallah, thank you very much. Jazakallah, thank you very much. Believe it or not, we are on the button in terms of our timing. So in spite of the late start, I want to thank Dr. Hisham and Dr. Shamsia and Kari Lokat for having helped me manage the session right to the minute. I mean, We've had such wonderful inputs. I don't mind taking 5 minutes for any questions you may have on your mind that you'd like to direct to any of our speakers that were here. So we'll just take 5 minutes for some questions that you may have, inshallah. Are you going to have a mic going around? There's a gentleman at the back there, and there's a question in front here.
Direct the sound.
Which way?
Direct the sound.
Right at the back there, gentlemen. Put your hand there. Take the mic to him there. We can get another mic up here in the meantime. There's a mic here. You can also just tell us very briefly your question and who you'd like to respond to.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Representing Makeni Islamic Society from Zambia. Question first of all for Dr. Hisham, or rather seeking elaboration. When you mentioned the case study, I'd like to know who manages that project, because you are partnering with the private sector. Because typically in Zambia we do not have any such Waqaf happening, but we are looking into it, so we will have to partner with the private sector. A comment on Dr. Shamsia, the deduction of salaries, because there's plenty of Muslims, so obviously it's very beneficial. It's called the pooling system, so I don't know, maybe if South Africa can look into it and benefit from that. A comment to Karisa here. Alhamdulillah, he mentioned about the time when his grandfather was walking up and down, and then his grandmother contributed her meher. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, through Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, has told us the value of meher, that it helps us in every situation. So we should not forget that it is the meher that might have supported and helped. Today Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us iman. It is like the gun. We have the gun, we have the bullet. If you put the bullet in the gun, you can shoot down an elephant. But if I throw that bullet at the elephant, or even an ant, I will not be able to kill it. So let's take inspiration from that also. Jazakallah.
Jazakallah. Dr. Hisham, if you could respond to...
Okay. The developer, the private sector party, was a Malaysian company called AwqafSA. I did say that this company has previous experience in this type of project, in student accommodation in Malaysia and elsewhere. In Morocco, we could not find any company that does that. So it was like an international bidding. And this is what you can do. I mean, you may not have for your project a qualified developer in the country, but when you open for international tendering, you'll find there are many who can, come if your project, provided that your project is viable and feasible.
Jazakallah, thank you very much. I'm not sure if you wanted a clarification on Dr. Skaxias, or it's just an idea for us to look at. Jazakallah. There's a question we'll take from our guest here, inshallah.
Thank you for the speakers, very enlightening sessions. Maybe a short question to Sister Dr. Shamsia. You talk 2-3 times about istibdal, or exchanging land with another land and sell it and get it developed in a better area, and this kind of thing. So if you can shed more light on this, because istibdal is an issue for Awqaf.
Next question can come in front there.
Do I take it now? Okay. Thank you, Brother Hassan. Yeah, in Singapore, because property is very expensive, and as you know, the land in Singapore is also very limited, and this is where the fatwa has actually allowed for istibdal and re-istibdal. Not just one istibdal, sometimes you re-istibdal again for a particular property. So the assets gone through several istibdal. Depending on the situation Of course, at the end of the day, most of these properties are commercial in nature. We do not do iftidal for mosques, except for that one madrasah that the family members also agree to change to another location. So what we do was the old property, instead of selling it for freehold, because usually when they bequeath waqaf, it should be freehold. We do not accept actually 99 years. Usually it's a freehold property. So what we do is we cut the lease. We sell it for 99 years or maybe 30 years, and then we get a new property. In that sense, the capital of the waqaf also increase. That is the formula for sustainability, because we cannot afford the property to be just stagnant in that value, because the needs of the beneficiary has increased. Like I mentioned, maintenance of a mosque, it used to be very cheap, very inexpensive, and over the years it gets expensive. You need to redevelop the mosque, you need to expand, you need to because Juma'ah has expanded. So these are the things that we do, and we are very fortunate because the fatwa are very progressive in that sense. They allow us to do such things.
Shukran, Jazakallah. There's a question from our brother there.
Bismillah. My question is to Dr. Diftar Dar about the presentation that he did about in Morocco. I didn't understand, because he said there is a Malaysian developer. So did the developer just build the housing or funded the housing? My thinking is that from the way you presented it is that the Malaysian is the one who has paid the money. Did he pay the money, or the money was a waqf money that built the accommodation?
No,
Sorry, because the reason is I'm asking this question because we have land in South Africa here, which we want to build old age homes in it, and it is commercially feasible, and we wanted to see how can we link this with you.
Right. The bank is the Islamic Development Bank, through its Awqaf Property Investment Fund, is the party that funded the project. The Malaysian company was the company that came to build the project and to operate the project for the 30-year period. This is how it was. The university did not put any money. The Awqaf people, they did not put any money. They just rented us the property, and that's how it was. Okay. Now I don't know what kind of project you have here in South Africa, but as I mentioned, if you have a project with a feasibility study and it's a commercial project, it has returns, there should be a way of financing it, either through a local bank or by some musharaka. Each project, I can't say that this particular model that I presented here will apply to your project. Every project is different, and every sector is different. So you'll have to, model the financing accordingly. Okay?
Jazakallah. I think some of you have specific questions over tea. Sit next to Dr. Hisham and get some clarity. Jazakallah. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your indulgence this morning. This brings us to tea now. I'm going to ask our sisters to please help themselves to some tea first. And as they've sort of helped themselves and settled down, our brothers could certainly approach the buffet and have your tea. We're going to come back. It's 10:20 now. We're going to allow 20 minutes for tea. So can we please be back at 10:40? Yeah, please. Tea is ready. We're late for tea. So we'll be back at our seats at 10:40. We'll allow the sisters to have your tea first and then make your way to your tables, and then the men may approach the buffet. Jazakallah, thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
How you met before? Brother Yahya.
Tomorrow, I'm going to have all the presentations. It's better we know it's going to be important because you can't write everything.
Somebody master. No, but I'm saying all the workers.
With our whole Mohammed Ryan, 1 minute. Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Alhamdulillah, how are you? Students do research, come across so
then what do you do?
So you've got a lot of notes on ways of we don't know, you probably know more.
There is somebody in our countrywide charity work that is documented in it's like and that I've seen the Iranis do that. But theirs is more personal work. We do more. It's a good way of encouraging people. Same family.
He's not in here. He's even now.
Up to 20 meters. So
when I sit sometime
I'm just putting the place in the
Well, this don't add this to your collective because that was signed by him. So
And that's me.
I think he's in Cape Town. I think he's in Cape Town. I'm not sure. I tried messaging him.
I want to
I'm more interested in
He's good.
leadership.
Oh, he was here this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know this? Nein, in Orange. Das war das ja, nein, die was ja
Remember, I had 30 students there with him, so each one of them like,
okay. But you know that the problems what I appreciate is that when the patients at the launch, yeah, and he visits ex-Howard College, the same place that's ex-Howard. Yeah, so it's just like awesome. You know, just
Something you do. How's the accommodation?
Yeah.
I didn't stay here.
No, lovely, lovely, lovely.
Not even dated now?
No, it's up to date.
You know, that is special. Like somebody here no.
Where are you? Can you hear me? Where are you? Are you on the top of the mountain? Or are you in the mountain fishing? No, that's what you're missing. Your kids arrived.
the person that is most worthy of
Yeah.
One, one, two, one, one, two. One, two, one, one, two. One, one, two, one. One, two. One. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Check, check. 1. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. One, two, one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. I don't know if he wants to use it. Someone asked him. No, nobody asked me. I want to offer it to them to use it. Tomorrow.
fall back tomorrow.
I want to use this, myself.
The Samsung
session, yeah, the Samsung.
Yo,
Very good mic.
I could have picked that up for 900 rand.
Yeah.
I know, and I didn't want to take it.
Must be stolen.
No, it's a brand new from a Cash Crusaders. 900 bucks.
Oh,
they didn't know what it was. I'm telling you.
So they didn't know the value.
They didn't know the value. No, like sometimes, I mean, like they paid 100 rand for it.
Yeah.
Brand new in the box, brand spanking new. And I thought, no, I'm not going to need it because it comes with a little transmitter and stuff. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly the same thing.
It's but for your purposes,
yeah,
it's actually good. It cost me 4,000 rand. Cost to me. Retail is about 16.
What did it cost you?
About 4,2, 4,3.
So would you buy from here, Wild and Moth?
I buy from Wild and Moth, I'm buying JBL, Show, all those kind of things. And I buy from Audio Show, I buy Samsung, AKG.
Audio Show?
Yeah, then we buy from Soundcom, Johannesburg. They do Amiga, they do.
Have you got stages as well?
No, I don't do stages. Then I buy from Tor.
Yeah, Tor.
You're the person from DT.
No, I'm not going. You need something. There's no people here from DT. There's no one here from DT.
One few see someone you can go to meet them.
The DT people.
They were here last night.
They were here last night. Facebook.
Yeah, they were there last night. But I'm going to meet them Monday, so oh. So you're going to meet Mr. Jogia? Yeah. Hashim Jogia. Yeah, he was there last night. He was there with Faisal Said, the CEO of Dean TV.
Is Faisal the CEO?
Yeah.
Faisal, Dean TV is my neighbor in Cape Town.
Yeah. Faisal was here. Or maybe he's coming through. I know him.
He's got long hair like Michael Jackson. He's the one with the long hair.
Really young.
Yeah, young. Yeah. He looks like Elvis Jackson, Michael Jackson. Tomorrow is till 1 o'clock, eh?
Oh, lovely. I thought it was till 2:30.
Oh, maybe. No, we can't be too late because we need to leave. Our flight is 5 o'clock.
There is no throw away from there.
Yeah, but still, we still need to pack up and all that. 5 o'clock, so we need to be at the airport 4 o'clock, eh?
Yeah. How? What airline you fly?
British Airways. يا حبيب نعم كيف لا ما أنتم Google the Airways إن شاء الله Inshallah, jika mainnya kaplik, jika mainnya kaplik dari die people is altijd in your restaurant. After the channel of that, can't remember.
I was flooded with the vulgar multitude. Huh? I was flooded with the vulgar multitude. Attitude. Yeah, the people's got problems in this Germany. Why? Yeah? You married? How many kids? I have 2 daughters and 2 grandchildren. Oh, mashallah. I have a mommy and a daddy. You are lucky. Comes to weekends like this, then my wife starts to question whether she's married. Ni'matullah. Aiko. Aiko. Guy is not here yet. Should after the next session.
Right, let me see if I can do magic here quickly. Are we starting?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Can I please ask the delegates to please take their seats so we may commence with the next session? Jazakallah. We can ask you to please kindly make your way back to your seats so we may begin the next session. Jazakallah.
Ana istedim kafiyem table it's on the screen.
Listen, which program do you use to encode?
Mm-hmm.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dr. Algoni here? Dr. Abdul Karim Algoni is here? Okay. I need about 10 chairs here in front. Can we get that organized? Then I need the following people to come up here. Yusuf Kesem, Farooq Malia, Ali Masango, Zafar Ahmed, Ahmed Murchi, Nazmi Schroeder, Rana Ali Riza, Shamima Sultan, Yahya Campbell, Fatima Sida, Sister Khadija Ali, Rashid Chopda, I need all of you that I mentioned, those names, to be in front, please. Ahmed, I need you here in front. 3 minutes. Okay, whatever. Where's the others? Come quick, please. Nazmi, come quickly. This is basically a very impromptu surprise thing for. I don't think that they actually even know what they're going to do. But the idea is that these are people that have been involved in some way or the other with Awqaf. They know a little bit of Waqaf, and maybe a lot more now. So inshallah, what we're going to do is, I was looking for Dr. Algoni. He was supposed to be the moderator here, but I see he's coming up now. So he also doesn't know what, but maybe you can sit here for a while. Okay. So I'm going to give each one of them 2 minutes to 3 minutes to speak on Waqaf. Okay, so who's going to volunteer to start? Either Waqaf, my passion about Waqaf, my project of Waqaf, whatever you feel from your heart. Okay? So who's going to start? Ahmed Murchi? Okay, somebody is connecting his computer, so somebody else can start. Okay, we don't want to waste time. Who's going to keep time? We need a timekeeper. 3 minutes. 20 seconds. Okay, what? Okay. So, let's see. Clock. And we need a mic for each one. They don't need to come up here.
Yeah, that's a better idea. That's a better idea. Leave it on.
Okay. Let's get the first person. Who's got the mic?
Mike is on the chair. They asked us to leave it on the chair.
Okay. So let's start with Dr. Algoni.
Yes, the mic.
You have 3 minutes.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
You can stand, please.
It's a surprise, but anyway. There was a land in an area in Johannesburg, a 5-hectare land. It looks beautiful and it has a problem in it, is that there is someone who started a school in it, and anyone who wants to come and buy the land, they tell him you have to find a place for the school according to the law. And everyone comes and runs away. The price of the land went down from 8 to 3.2 million. It went back to 2 million. No one is interested to buy. I knew the lady who has the school, so she spoke to me about it. I said, look, that it is a very good thing. Let me think about it. This looks like a very good waqf. We can do something about it. So we went and I negotiated with the mayor's office that they must delete the arrears on the property because there is a big amount of arrears on the property. They said no, our municipality is bankrupt and we can't do anything about it. We can give you 50%.
How much left?
50% discount. To cut the story short, I thought to myself, Rasulullah said, I don't have 3 million. But a number of you, including Awqaf and AwqafSA and the IGB, has the millions. So I want to try and see how can I convince one of those who have the millions, and I be the one who is helping you to do your waqf, and I get my commission out. After Allah will give me something out of it. So I'm just putting up to you that there is an opportunity for a waqf. That is a Sadaqah Jariyah. It is at 10% of its original price. The problem is solved because I signed an agreement with the lady of the school that AwqafSA South Africa will take the management and will create a complete new board that is managed by AwqafSA because we need governance. We cannot go without good governance. And she agreed and we signed. So practically everything is solved. Just waiting for the one who is interested to make a waqf. May Allah open the hearts of some of you that you contact Zainul and tell him we are ready. Let us go for this. Jazakumullah khair.
Jazakallah, Dr. Albani. Next will be Zafar Ahmed.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I'm fairly new to the Awqaf family. I sort of just joined them at the beginning of this year when they initiated the establishment of an office in Durban. And I sort of volunteered to be involved in hosting all of the meetings at my school and being involved. So I'm fairly new to the family, but it's been a wonderful learning journey for me. Two things come to mind really quickly because Zainul's deputized and asked me to do a number of presentations in Durban to various audiences on Awqaf and waqf in particular. And I created a slide, very much like what Harun spoke about yesterday, explaining the concept. And I used the analogy of you can count the seeds in an apple. You can count the seeds in an apple, but you cannot count the apples in a seed. And that for me is a powerful analogy for what waqf is. It's the seed that gets planted and you don't know how many apples will come out.
Excellent.
And so in my own presentations that I've been asked to do, that's my analogy that I use to explain really quickly this concept of waqf. The other thing, through my research and trying to do the presentations for Zainul, I came across a very inspiring story of Fatima al-Fihri. And this was a sister, believe it or not, some 1,200 years ago, in a city in Morocco. Her father left her a piece of land in her inheritance, and she then gifted this to the establishment of a school or madrasa really, which then evolved into an establishment of a masjid, and eventually 1,200 years ago, the world didn't know a thing called a university. That eventually is recorded in the Guinness Book of World Records and in UNESCO records as the first ever recorded history of people coming together to learn knowledge at an advanced level and to get a piece of paper like a degree to certify that they've been through the process. So the first ever concept of a university came out of the waqf land that Fatima al-Fihri, through her inheritance, gifted. Not only did she give this land, she started with first a madrasa class for children. Then she built a masjid next to it. It is said that not only did she give the land for the masjid, she paid for the building of the masjid. Not only that, from the day they broke ground in building the masjid to the date that the masjid was completed in its construction, Fatima al-Fihri kept fast, Som for that entire period.
Alhamdulillah.
Now this for me is such a powerful story and inspiration of someone who not only waqfed the land, put the money to buy the masjid, but also fasted for that entire period while it is, and left this legacy for what the world today knows as a university. By the way, this particular project predates Oxford and Stanford by 350 years.
Okay, Jazakallah. Okay, Nazmi, Jazakallah.
اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى ال سيدنا محمد اصحابه وبارك وسلم. السلام عليكم ورحمه الله تعالى وبركاته. My name is Nazmi bin Hassan Siti Mujira Ibn Amr. People know me. I started as in a firm of consulting civil engineers, and I gave up my job in 1995 to join the rugby, the ACBC, to broadcast the Rugby World Cup in South Africa. And then I started with Awqaf in 2007, I think, where I did some multimedia work for them. I gave up my job and I went to go and work for a company for free for 1 year in 2007 to study and learn about multimedia, how to put up big screens and sound and filming and photography. And the same year I met up with Awqaf Mikhail and all the other brothers from Awqaf in Cape Town, and I think we ran the first big function at the CTICC in 2007, alhamdulillah. And Awqaf has learned me then how to interact with privileged, challenged people. And from that education, I went to go into work in the townships and servicing schools to do their sound and multimedia. And it came to a stage where the schools, the financials went down and they couldn't afford to pay me that little money that I wanted just for petrol or whatever. And I decided then to teach children in the townships to do multimedia. And most of these schools are now self-sustained with their own equipment. Those kids are now coming to me and hiring my equipment. And it's so wonderful to see these underprivileged kids coming to me and they say, no, we want to pay you for the equipment that we're hiring. We want to pay you. I said, then why? I mean, what's mine is yours. What's mine is yours. And so we want to start our life properly. That's what they say, alhamdulillah. So that is what I'm doing. So, and my family's du'as before they pass on was to say that my du'as for my brothers and you is that you will always be involved with Islamic institutions. And I think that is one of the reasons why I gave up my job as a civil engineer to serve the Islamic community and Waqaf, inshallah.
Okay, next will be Ahmed.
Assalamu alaikum. Okay. A few years back, during Ramadan, this continuous problem of duplication of hampers was getting to me. So I decided to see what best I could come up with. And in that process, one day I got in touch with an app developer from India. And I addressed the problem with him, and then he said, put your ideas down, and then we decided to put this app together. And we're calling this app Radima. Basically it means Relief Aid Distribution Information Management App. Okay? And what this app seeks to do is collectively applying our minds, resources, and information to manage relief aid and poverty. And I sincerely believe that we can manage poverty. I don't know if you know Hussein Yusuf of Sanzaf, he was quite passionate about that concept of managing poverty. So I'm going to take you to some of the features of this app quickly. Okay, basically you've got a basic login screen. You all know a login screen, what it's all about. Then you register. Once you register, you can register either as an organization or an individual, right? So you put in all those basic details. We don't want to make it too crowded. We want to keep the interface as easy as possible. Okay, once you registered, now this brings you to a home screen. So you would notice there's the recipient profile, then there's plan and aid list, then there's an aid delivery status update, and then there's the whole reporting mechanisms. Then we also got about the app and how the app works. Okay, so this is now about registering or creating the profile of an individual. And what we've done is we've also created a profile of three options. So you can register the recipient as an individual, a site, it's a disaster site, or an organization. And if you quickly look through the screens, you can see all the options of the variables that need to be entered. And we also put in at the bottom GPS coordinates. So if you're at a location or a house, you can just plug in the GPS coordinates. Although the development for that, the developer tells me is going to be quite pricey, but inshallah we'll get there. Now what we do is that we create a group, right? So you create and you name the group, and then you enter the names of the persons in that group, and you will from the creating the profile. Once that is all done, and you're in the group, now you select the recipients to that group. Okay? Then we go back to the home page, and now we're planning an aid list. So we're on to the next level, right? So we plan the aid list, and we read the green button there at the bottom. That's basically add an item to the aid list. So it could be just one item cash, or it could be just one item school desk, or whatever it may be. And then you save it, right? Okay. Now you've got all the aid lists or the plan lists, and you can select whichever plan list you want, or you can search for it. Now we go back to we're going to update the delivery of this aid list. So you go here and you update and you tick who has received the aid list. But you'll access that through the groups, obviously. And then you tick it that it's delivered with the delivery date. Okay, so we come now to the last part, which is the report. And here is the report of the aid delivered. So basically, you've got all the criteria. First, you select the category. So if you want to see what has been delivered to an individual, organization, site, or group, you tick that, and then you can put in any other search criteria you want, and it will generate a report for up to 3 years of what aid has been delivered to that individual, site, or organization. Jazakallah.
To come forward and Rashid Chabdat, and also Sister Zora from Ladysmith.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Brother Zainab, not a good idea. I was already nervous when I stood in front of you, alhamdulillah, with this auspicious audience. But nonetheless, my involvement with regards to Waqaf and Awqaf, alhamdulillah, it stems from the involvement of the Boland Islamic Council. And I cannot say that normally we don't speak about ourselves and what we do normally, but we would like to have people know how we do things. So the Boland Islamic Council have been given or granted a Waqaf donation from Awqaf, and thus far Awqaf has been involved in the Boland towns, so much so where we have really benefited a lot. There's the Project 21, for instance, of the masajids and salahanas that we are involved with in Awqaf. These projects are basically to help and assist the towns with the various projects, with the various building projects, etc. And the town that I am also the Imam in, Franschhoek, that town has been part and parcel of this particular project. And we would like to say shukran to all those workers who tirelessly work, sometimes, if I may say so, they butt off, you know. They really are doing a good job. But today I have found that I have learned a lot with regards to the administration of Waqaf and Awqaf. And with the situation within Franschhoek, we have a kind of a challenge with regards to administration of Waqaf. So with the information sharing, maybe on this weekend, I will be able to
somehow solve certain problems, inshallah. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum.
Brother Yusuf Kesam.
Assalamu alaikum. I'd just like to share 3 quick points of what Awqaf is to me and Waqaf. Firstly, what Waqaf is to me is the gift that keeps on giving. Secondly, what inspires me to volunteer for Awqaf on a weekly, monthly and daily basis is the smaller donations that we collect from people that might be smaller in value but come with a lot more barakah. And then thirdly is an analogy that I'd like to share that is a comparison to the real world, and that's solar energy. If you think of Waqaf as solar energy, every day it renews and you just buy it once and it keeps on, you keep using the energy day in, day out, and it always comes back the following day. Shukran.
Brother Farooq Limalia.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm just going to jump into the projects that I've been given to manage. And one recent project I'm going to unfold now is the one that a radiographer, Dr. Y. Umar, has donated his practice as a waqf to Awqaf. So I've been designated or delegated to manage that project. So the practice is in Fortsburg Clinic, and we have taken it over, and we have the services of a radiologist at the moment, and our aim is to have reduced rates and for those that need radiology examination or whatever. So that's a great, already a great work of effort. We're hoping that this health sector we can go further. And the Fortsburg Clinic have offered us further space so that we can use it for screening for ladies, females. We're looking at the option of having mammogram in that. So the health sector, we want to extend it for using the Waqaf system. I can go on with more projects which Zainul has landed on my plate. The other one which we did very briefly is the one for the schools, which we have started. That means for every learner, we're trying to get a donation of 100 Rand for each learner. So if we can aim for 100,000 learners, that means 100,000 by 100 Rand, which we can grow that Waqaf system, and then we can pour that money back into education. And that has started already. So that's the other project, and there's many more. So that's my role in Awqaf, to manage many projects.
Jazakallah. Okay, Sister Fatima.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My journey with Awqaf started about 3.5 years ago when I lost my mom. Immediately I started thinking about setting up something as a means of sawab jariyah for both my late parents. I also have a property at my disposal, so I was thinking of what the best way would be to do something for them. I'm also an accountant by profession, and what I knew about was the South African trust structures that what one could use for purposes of inheritance and estate planning and that sort of thing. But I also wanted to do something that was so I was looking for something similar to a trust, but in line with Islamic Sharia compliance. And that's when I contacted Awqaf. I had a telephone conversation with Zainul, and the lights were switched on. Immediately I was interested in the concept. I could see that there was a lot of use that could be made with Waqaf, and that's when I started inquiring more about setting up Waqaf and the legalities of the structures and all of that. I attended the Cape Town workshop last year because I was not knowledgeable at all in terms of Awqaf and Waqafs. And I really learned a lot. I was amazed at what was being done with the structures of Waqaf. I think we were very sort of narrow in our thinking when we thought about charities and Islamic donations, but obviously with attending the conference last year, I realized that there was so much more that could be done with Waqafs. I do believe that I'm still not enough. I still do not have enough knowledge to apply and to implement, the concepts. Also, being an accountant, I would like to apply it within my profession. That's why I'm here this year again, to learn more. And inshallah, I also like to be more involved in AwqafSA as a means of learning and also as a means of contributing. Inshallah, Allah guide us all in doing the best that we can.
Ameen. Jazakallah khair. Jazakallah. Sister Khadija Ali.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This weekend has been really a mind-blowing experience for me. It is my first close-up encounter with Awqaf. Even though my husband, AK, as soon as Awqaf is mentioned, I know that there's going to be lots of work and he's going to be out of the house often. Between him and Mikael, they tend to, burn the midnight oil, mashallah. As a champion for women and women's honor and women's rights, yesterday what resonated for me really wonderfully was the fact that services could be used as waqf. And so, my mind has been churning in so many directions, just in terms of the area of profession that I come from as an emotional therapist or psychologist. It means that we can create circles where women, who are more than half of the world's population, as we do know, women could find a space of safety to grow and to take back into their communities. So I see the concept of Awqaf in the sense of service input as a really major part where community, social development and community capacity building could be happening, inshallah. And I'm keen to take this concept home and speak to our Cape Town team, Mikael Kali and so on, and talk around this, to actually bring it into the MJC and the MJC Women's Forum, which is part of the structures that would be able to definitely run with a program like this. And I see also that, subhanallah, we know that in Islam it is integral that that one of the chief things we work toward is our success of our akhirah. And the concept of waqaf gives us exactly that. The concept of working towards that which would be pleasing to Allah, that offers us an increase of commitment and also offers us a long-term program of gaining rewards, subhanallah. So really, thumbs up and 10 hands to Awqaf. Jazakallah khairan. You've opened up my heart, and you've opened up my mind to so many things around the concept of waqaf. Jazakallah.
Ameen. Jazakallah. MashaAllah. Sister Zora from Ladysmith.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Our journey, I think, is a branch of AwqafSA in Ladysmith, began a few years ago. When I watched ITV, and I used to watch it very often, and especially the pledge line, and I could never stop being amazed at the perfection of our religion. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells our Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, today I have perfected for you your religion. And Awqaf filled in that space which was left, especially living in a secular society. We look at our religion in just the religious aspects, and we do not look at the economics and how it comes in to balance and to create the checks and balances in terms of how we can eradicate poverty and in terms of Islamic economics and what role it plays. So when I looked at that, and then I discussed this with some of my friends and colleagues who I work in the high school, and they too were amazed, and they said, is this how charity really works? And I said, yes, I think we have been looking at it in a very simplistic fashion, as I echo what Sister Fatima said, where we just think about giving for masajids and giving to crisis management organizations. They're all doing a sterling job. I'm not saying they're not. Brother Abed, please don't take offense. But alhamdulillah, they're doing a sterling job. But when I asked even the brothers, we have a masjid project going, what sustainability structures have you put into place for that? And from what I've heard today, you know, I just hope my brothers were here, because this is what Fatima and I are here to learn about and to take this message home, because our waqafs are there, but they're very stagnant. They haven't been developed. And we need to explore the ways in which we can diversify waqaf making, and how we don't have to go with a begging bowl in hand every month and asking for charity for the muazzin's salary and for the workers' salary. So this is actually what is propelling me into Awqaf, and this is what is making me want to learn much more. And both Fatima and I are here so that we can take as much as we can and explore waqaf making and spread the message in Ladysmith. Jazakallah.
Jazakallah, mashallah. Yeah, and then Ramiz, please. We are like running almost on time.
Assalamu alaikum. My passion is sustainable community development. Now, of course, that's where waqaf comes into the picture. And my aim is looking more into setting up a business waqaf. Actually, two business waqafs, one in the finance and one in the healthcare. The finance is transactional. In life, everyone needs to trade and everyone needs to transact. So I've set up an option where we can tackle the finance, not working within the Muslim community. We always like to work within the Muslim community, and this doesn't benefit the economy. It doesn't grow the economy. When we do work, we need to think broadly, we need to look at humanity, and that is how we grow the Muslim economy. We can't trade between one Muslim and another. We need to look at how we bring in more money within the Muslim community and grow it. And two, we also become an example to humanity. All right. So the one project I've got, which I'll just quickly show, is tapping into payment transactions. That's not something we big in the Muslim community. We got the banks taking control of it. And lots of banks, Islamic banks, haven't even tapped into it yet. But it's actually, with technology, it's become very easy, and the growth is limitless. Now imagine having a waqaf set up dealing in finance, all right? And this is where I'm a technology person, so I need assistance, partnership as well to assist. Let's grow the Ummah. Let me just show. So what I've got here is a pay tap, which is mobile payments, which is a mobile payment. Basically, you've all heard of Yoko. Alright, which is the card that we've been accepting payments. I've got the similar one set up as well. All I'm waiting for now, I'm trying to sort out the hardware for the device to start rolling out. This basically will be set up as a business waqaf. So that earnings from it can go into community development. At the end of the day, I live by one philosophy. A lot of people always comment, they say, why aren't you seeing to your family? You know, my family, my home life is a disaster at the moment. But I always say, how can I look after my family when I know my neighbor is struggling? So I say, one for your neighbor, what you want for yourself. So until my neighbor's got whatever they need, you know, I mean, it's like when you go as a family, you bring a loaf of bread home to your family for supper. If your neighbor doesn't have a loaf, are you only going to feed your family and forget your neighbor? Or are you going to tell your family, listen, let's cut the loaf, we have less, but at least our neighbor will have some food as well. So that's my philosophy in life. So this is one of the aims where I want to know this. Basically from here, once you've got your payment transactions taking place, we know everyone's working with cards, you've got sustainable income coming in. This can move into other avenues, setting up, for instance, a mutual bank focused on savings and investments rather than loans, because at the end of the day, an investment is better than a loan, because a person doesn't just need money, they need mentorship. So let's set up, so many avenues to go there. And then of course the healthcare, which I don't have enough time, but that's a bit about myself.
Okay, Jazakallah, brother. Yeah. Really, you know, it's excellent to hear all these innovations. Brother Ramesh.
Is no support? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Akhukum fillah. My name is Ramesh Adams. I'm from Cape Town, Mulwini, and Sabah al Khair to everybody. I don't know where to start. They list me as the last man standing, so I'm the hangman. Let me start. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Inna Allah la yughayyiru ma biqawmin hatta yughayyiru ma bi anfusihim. That we are challenged, and Allah challenges our intellects, and Allah speaks to us as a people, as an Awqaf, as Zakaf Fund, as a community, as a country, as political parties, as entities, as diverse people, that we need to make change. Like the Doctora said, we don't change, we die, right? And Allah says to us that we need to make change in order for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to improve us. And in that, the hadith with the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, "Kun fi dunya ka'annaka gharib abir sabil." That we need to be like travelers, like strangers. You know, we can have all the accomplishments of the dunya, we can have the luxuries, but we need to know, we need to move on with this. We need to move for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then also, what is our guidance? Before I speak about my little bit of association, our guidance is the Quran, and the Fuqaha tell us it's Kalamullah anzalahu ala Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam liyukhrija an-nasa min adh-dhulumati ila an-nur. The Quran is our savior, not our academic achievements, not our studies, but we are governed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. My area of concern is responsibility, not only in waqf, but in how we give.